Crafted comedy
by Great Wolf.
It's the talk of people in the know. Welcome to the G-Block Show.
First of all, I have all these little things right now. We're just in a phase here. We're going to start doing some more of the tabloid stuff, but I needed to provide a little more material for the sidetracks. So these are sidetracks. This is stuff where, and get into conversations and get a little sidetracked, as you know. It's a good and wonderful thing. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but if I could think of one reason not to have a kid, I can think of 1,000. I could probably think of more than that, really. But, people, it's all a baby. You've heard me talk about it before. Goo goo gaga. But babies, especially when they get into like what they call the terrible twos, which seems to be the state of humanity. I kind of think that's where we are as humankind is actually in the state of the terrible twos. But with a baby, they cry. They cry and they really let it out sometimes. I was telling you, I worked for a little while, just for fun, for kicks and grins. I worked in a grocery store, a big grocery store too. That's one I found appealing. It was this massive grocery store. Get to see people from all around the world, all walks of life, coming and getting their groceries. There'd be little kids in the store, right? Because people, they just, I don't know, they can't afford a babysitter, I guess, because they can't afford their kids. And when school's out, well, there goes the babysitter. I shouldn't say it, but a little kid. But so anyways, they got to bring the little kids with them. That's fine. I suppose my mom and dad brought me shopping with them a time or two. So when one of the kids, all of a sudden, if one kid just started letting it out, just crying, all of a sudden just all of a sudden there's 10 of them in the store. They're just They all they all just react like, wow, okay, that kid can cry. Well, then I'll cry. I'll show you how to cry. And all of a sudden, where you didn't even hardly notice if there's any kids, all of a sudden you feel like you're in some kind of a children's nursery from hell. It's just, oh gosh, man, what's going on? And of course, I would always say, if you could imagine, the way I am, I would just kind of like, for crying out loud. I'd kind of say it kind of loud like that. For crying out loud. That's the truth. That's what these kids were doing. They were crying out loud. It's just stating the obvious. Wanted to kind of just accentuate that, put a fine point on it. But another thing I observed with these kids, a little bit older, maybe 3 years old, I don't know for sure, but in that vicinity, I don't know, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, up to about 5. Some kids maybe a little older, but in that vicinity, they always have all these toys and goodies and candy and all this junk right there at the checkout stand. It's just like, okay, parents, we're really gonna make you pay a price for having kids because while you're waiting here in line, we're gonna put all this temptation stuff all around. So your kids are just gonna grab all this junk right there at the checkout stand. It's just like you can't believe. Most of the parents don't even try to stop it. They don't even okay, fine. Let the kid pick up the stuff and play with it, put it in his mouth and do whatever. It's not my stuff, then I'm not going to pay for it. And that's where I'm going with this. But they do pay for it. They end up paying a real high price when they actually try to take that candy, the toy or the candy away from the baby. When they're going through checkout, it's like, oh, okay, no, he's not going to we're going to, come on, kid. They take it away. And when they take it away from the kid, well, I got to tell you, at the very first, I thought, well, this kid is just a brat, really, really poorly raised. But no, that's not what's going on. They're all like that. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe how tenacious, how absolutely committed. Once these kids get their hands on something, some candy or whatever, that's that. They're not letting go. I don't care what it is. Their resolve is like, like I said, I'm stunned. I just wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it over and over and over again with my own eyes. But as soon as these parents say, no, come on, give that to me, the kids just go ballistic. I mean, they're screaming, they're jumping. I mean, they're ready to fight. They're ready to bite. All of a sudden, their face turns red and their eyes just start pooling out, just start dripping with tears because they're going to take away some stupid little piece of candy. And I got to tell you, but whoever said that, well, it's like taking candy from a baby. As if that's easy. As if it's something easy. Oh, don't worry about it. It's like taking candy from a baby. Well, I'm going to tell you, there's probably nothing on the face of the earth that's harder than taking candy from a baby. You just don't want to go there. These parents, they really need to smarten up. Don't let them have that damn candy in the first place. Do it. And I saw some of them. They'd actually they would stand make like a wall so that their kid couldn't actually see the candy there. And that's really smart because otherwise, man, those kids see that candy, they may only have a reach of about a half a foot, and somehow or another they can just jump that about 4 feet. And they get their hands on that stuff, and it's worse than any drug addict. I mean, really, it's worse than any drug addict. You getting their fix. It's like, man, they're not turning loose of that. They're not. I don't care. And I don't even think they even know what the heck. They have no idea what they've got in their hands. They just know that something they like because it's colorful and it's, the marketers, they know what they're doing. Yeah, so anyway, it's just kind of funny. I'm just like, man, and then some of these kids, like I said, I would not have been able to I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. And I saw it over and over again. So it's not just, no, it's in these kids. It's hardwired in them. The reason I'm talking about all this, just besides the point that if something's really difficult, something's just next to impossible, that's when we say, like taking candy from a baby. Just like sleeping like a baby. You'll sleep like a baby. How babies sleep about every 2 hours. They're up going, fussing, crying about something. Just being babies. But I'd say for crying out loud, act your age. You never want to tell a 3-year-old to act their age. No. It's big mistake. Big mistake. Yeah. But anyway, what I was going to say is, what I think would really be neat is make these things, we can I swear to God, we can be millionaires doing this, is make this like blinders that you put on, like glasses, but with big shields off to the sides and maybe come a little bit of a curvature. Put something on that they can wear with a nice picture or something that they like to look at in front of them. And put it on like glasses where they can't, everything else is blocked out except for this beautiful picture in front of them. And the parents can put these on while they're going grocery shopping. And maybe every now and then, change the picture. And maybe what we could do is also have it so that we could slip in, so we'd sell extra pictures with it. So maybe when they buy these things, they'd have about 6 different pictures because kids have these short attention spans. But with that is like a short memory. So as soon as the kid starts getting a little fussy with the one picture, just stop for a second, slip in another picture. The whole idea of this is just so they can't see anything around there. That's the perfect thing, because then they're going shopping, it's like hassle-free. And especially if you don't use it when you're going shopping around the store, definitely put these on before you go through that checkout. Yeah, it's just so you can block out all those goodies off to the peripheral. This thing is worth its weight in gold. You can probably make these things for next to nothing. I'd like to see stuff like that made in America because I'm American first. I'm not one of these guys that goes around, touting that I'm all for America first and I get my hats, I would get my hats made in China and that sort of thing. That seems kind of counterintuitive. But anyway, what do you guys think about that? Well, I think it's a great idea. I really do. I'm serious. I think that's a sound idea. Yeah, all right. I was thinking more of a sight idea. But no, I get your point. No, I think it's, yeah, okay. How about you, Bert?
Yeah, no question about it. That there's a fantastic idea. Certainly is. You'd save those parents a lot of money and a lot of headache. I certainly think it's worth a try, and when do we get started?
Yeah, okay. Terrific idea. Now, if we could just do something about the kids to just have this outburst. I was thinking maybe something like a sack over their head, but I don't know. I'm sure there could be all kinds of issues with that. Probably gets into too much litigation, but it's just something to muffle, like a muffler. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, where they could still breathe. I mean, we don't want them to stop, you know, but where they could just definitely keep it so that it's like you're in a restaurant, you know, you're trying to enjoy your meal. It's bad enough when the kid starts playing the prisoner thing where like bang, 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 bang with the silverware. God, Jesus, please let me out of here. Drives me nuts. I'm half afraid. That's one of the reasons I don't like to go out to a restaurant. Some kid's doing a protest and it just ruins the whole thing. But then if they start screaming and crying, it's like, oh God, please do something. And sometimes the parents are like, well, cognizant of things. So they'll get up right away and they'll take their kid outside, you know, do whatever. But others are like, hey, no, it's my kid. He's just as welcome here as anybody. Don't be giving me those looks. In fact, the more you give me those looks, I encourage my kid to be even worse than he was or she was. They kind of get that attitude. They kind of look around. It's like, hi, you don't like it, huh? Yeah, that's from my loin. Yeah, you better like it. Yeah. So I don't know. So there's a lot of parents, probably a lot of parents would just not put the muffler on because it doesn't really serve them. I think they get used to the cry. They go numb to it. They miss it sometimes. Like, gosh, he hasn't, had an outburst for about 4 hours. Kind of thinking time to, maybe I'll give him a little pinch. Something like that. You know what I mean?
You've been enjoying another episode of the G-Block Show, and we hope you're telling your friends about the G-Block Show. If you have feedback or suggestions or would like to be a G-Block Show sponsor, please contact us at gblockshow.com. Hey, for the price of a fancy store-bought card, I will make you an online video card. An invitation, greeting, birthday wish, get well, congratulations, anything, and perhaps more than what you'd buy a traditional boring card for. I can make it for you. It's great because it's online and it can be shared or sent to anyone and everyone. No postage needed. And I'm sure you'll agree that I'm way more entertaining and lovable than any paper card. Not to mention I'm a celebrity. Oh, it's so easy. All you have to do is go to www.gblockshow.com. And that's all one word, G-Block-Show, and then, of course, a little .com. I'm very salty, and I can't wait to hear from you. Well, I can, but I'd rather not.